Ohio, like a lot of swing states, is closely divided yet made up of both deeply red and reliably blue individual counties, with lots of Republican support in rural areas and Democratic strongholds in most of the cities. So to win Ohio on Tuesday, Obama will need to maximize turnout in places like Cuyahoga County, where Cleveland is located. How is the campaign doing that? Video journalist Whitney Shefte reports from Cleveland on the door-by-door battle to elect the president.
As Election Day draws near, all eyes are on Ohio. Barack Obama is up by 5 points there, according to a Quinnipiac New York Times CBS poll released October 31st. And with 18 electoral votes up for grabs, the state is pretty much a must-win to secure the presidency.
Well, it is a swing state, and the stakes are high here. I mean, you can see the election is going to come, I believe it's going to come down to Ohio.
Obama won Cuyahoga County, which includes Cleveland, by 68.5% in 2008. This area is a base that he needs to hold on to beat Mitt Romney. Campaign volunteers are pumping up their ground game in order to make this happen.
Grassroots organizing is the best way to connect. I don't care how much money you got. If you're not in the streets hitting the pavement, it doesn't make a sense. So, you know, politicians, they have all the money in the world, but don't change nothing. So we're doing the same operation we did before, knocking on doors, talking to people, and connecting, and it really does make a big difference. If they see you and get a relationship with you and trust you, and then they pretty much will go out and vote. I think that's the best way. I think any campaign should be grassroots organized. Ms. Herman, is it okay if I speak with you?
I don't care.
Okay, can I come in?
They have put together a ground game that is amazing to get people out to vote. That isn't being discussed. Romney doesn't have that. Romney can't buy that. People are doing this because they believe in Obama. They believe in his cause.
But Obama's he's my guy.
Your guy?
Yeah, he's my guy.
Remember, Ohio votes early.
Early voting, which began on October 2nd in Ohio, is considered a critical part of the ground game strategy. And canvassers like Samara Knight are encouraging people to get to the polls now.
You know, election day could be rainy, it could be cold, and some people just won't get out and vote depending on how the weather is. So right now, we're pushing that. That's what's going to make us get this election.
As Ohio voters make their decisions, the struggles they have faced and the battles they have won in recent years are on many minds. The state has one of the highest foreclosure rates in the nation, and abandoned homes still stretch across some city blocks in Cleveland. Due in large part to its position along the banks of Lake Erie, the Cleveland area has been one of the nation's manufacturing hubs. But in recent years, the manufacturing industry has struggled there, and there are now about 75,000 fewer manufacturing employees working in the state compared with in the year 2000, according to the Ohio Department of Job and Family Services.
When I was little, you would always see the fire burning at the steel mill. Everybody had a job because Ford plant was here. A lot of other manufacturing jobs left the area, like York. A lot of people have no jobs. A lot of people had to move out of here.
However, many jobs in the area were saved as a result of Obama's bailout of the auto industry. And Ohio's unemployment rate is now lower than the national average, at 7.2%.
Jobs out here. How you been doing today?
Cleveland, you know, it's a rough place to live. If they say you can make it here, you can make it anywhere.
Grades good? The grades good?
As far as the change is concerned, it's on the uprise, you know, from back in the day with us being considered the mistake on the lake. That was our name. And, you know, we coming full circle with being one of the cities that's a tourist attraction. You know, blue collar, hard working, somewhere where somebody can raise a family.
With the presence of employers like Cleveland Clinic and a population of university students attending Case Western Reserve and Cleveland State, new opportunities, along with increasing development, have found their way to Cleveland. Many people who say they've seen things get better there say they plan to vote for Obama.
I'm going to give Obama another 4 years, just the simple fact that he came into this economy really terrible, and I think he did a pretty good job. I can look back 4 years from ago and can look at how much money I made in a barbershop compared to today. It's a lot different from a couple years ago to now, financially.
For the demographic that we have here, and I think for the growth that we've seen as a city, I think Cleveland has always kind of been on that liberal side of and I mean, I think that's something that a lot of us here take a lot of pride in.
Many polls continue to show Obama and Romney are locked in a pretty even race nationwide. But some Obama backers are concerned that the excitement that propelled people to the polls in 2008 may have fizzled. And they worry that Obama supporters who don't show up at the polls could cost him the election.
I'm not going to vote myself because I honestly think it doesn't really matter. But if I were to vote, I would vote for Obama.